Good auras and good vibes. Welcome. Note speaking. Wait. Hold on. Much better. Good auras and good vibes. Note speaking. Welcome. I had every intention to film this indoors, trust me, but after the snowstorm, I was like, oh my goodness, it is so beautiful out. Why do I need to contain myself? So, here's a little treat. Before we begin, real quick, I do want to thank those new subscribers I have. Thank you so very much. Much love, many good positive energies your way. Thank you. And thank you to those who have already subscribed. Like, you guys are flipping awesome. Completely unrelated to subscribers, just in case no one has told you today, you are worthy. Given this snow day, I was just at home watching the snowfall. Of course, I had to make my little snowman. I want to go give a little shout out to Mr. Humpty. I don't know why I named him Humpty, but there he is. Say hello. After the snowman and just relishing in the beauty of the snow, I came in and I was like going through my things and I noticed my journal. This journal is a lifesaver. It is like my everything. I have my thoughts, my goals, my aspirations, inspiration, dreams, of course. That might be a separate episode, but it's just filled with so many motivational moments and like reflecting moments. It's hard to grasp on just one word to like find to describe my book, but I recommend it completely. If you guys have a book that you guys write in, definitely let me know what you guys write about in the comment box below. If you guys have any ideas on how to improve a book, or if you guys have been doing it for a while like me and you have more consistency with it, or even if you just simply enjoy writing and you have all these topics that you want to share, I am all ears. Without any further ado, let's get into the book and its contents, why it's such a lifesaver, and what's in it. Honestly, guys, before I crack it open, don't judge me. It is the contents and the fulfillment of the words, so definitely keep that in mind when I'm going through this, because the time frames do play a big factor into why I think this book is so crucial. Now, I put these tabs in here about a couple years ago to help me kind of stay organized with my thoughts, but whatever works best for you. When you open the book, it's blank. I initially wanted to do a collage of some sorts because I was super big into collages. Who knows, I might even pick back up on them, but until then, I like them that way. Now, the very first page marks my very first entry. 2015 is the date, as you can tell, and I'm a very interesting writer to myself, but here it goes. To note, had to put a little sticky note over that, I'm sorry. Today marks your very first entry in me, ... Then you see where I got distracted because I continue by saying, so sorry, that was yesterday, and I got interrupted to go shopping. But regardless, this jibber jabber won't be common, just an entry for the book. The next 2 pages are a little reminder of why life is so good for you right now, and the pages then on will be reflections of the day and optimism from your life. Remember, sweetie, from me to, well, me, LOL, you are your greatest supporter, and only you hold the key to change whatever you don't like in your life. It's okay to be down, just don't stay there. Me, God, and a few others will always be there to keep your head up. And stay blessed. Unquote. don't know if I said quote before, but definitely unquote. Now, this may seem corny to some, but this is unapologetically who I am 24/7, 7 days a week. I write like this so I can be as genuine as possible to myself because only I can understand me. And while reading this, it inspired me to continue and to reflect. The next page is nothing but reflections and blessings, and just taking the time to realize what I have and why. I made a list of the blessings that I considered myself to have at 2015 and the talents and skills which played a part in my life and why I find joy. Also, I don't know about you, but fortune cookies tend to be spot on with me, so I have them throughout my book. I do have some at my bedside that I need to tape into the book, but anywho, continuing. So, the first blessing on my list that I had in 2015 was my apartment. I honestly know I got that apartment at 2014, but I'm just gonna say that it might have taken me a while to write in this. But the apartment I found was something very, very dear to me because I had did that on a whim, planned it not too long, but knew where I wanted my life to go at that point. So it was a blessing. New car. At the time, it was a 2014 Dodge Avenger in 2014. So it just meant the world to me. Like, that was my baby. Loved it. The love that I share and have with my family and my friends and close ones helped me through a lot. A fresh start. That one was big for me because it was a new city. All this transpired in a new city, and I felt as if leaving the old town I was in, it really did help me. And of course, my two jobs at the time, it was Wally World. We are just not going to acknowledge that part. But the fact that I was able to have multiple sources of income, I felt was a blessing for me. Now, my talents and skills, without them, I just wouldn't find joy. Duh. The first one is dance. At the time, I had been dancing for about 8 years now. It's definitely much more. I don't do it on a professional level like I used to, but it relieves stress. It relieves stress, anxiety, pent up frustration, and I do it till I tear up sometimes. So that is my go-to. The next one, sports. Can't say that's the same for now. I'm definitely not as active as I used to be, but I used to love soccer and track and field. Those two things were really, really, really my passion when I was in school, so had to put that down. Drawing, anime, and animals. Those two things are the things that just come off my fingertips fairly easy, and before I know it, I'm just in a whole nother world. The next one on the list, of course, had to be writing. That's what I'm talking about right now, is the journal. Love writing poems and stories. It's like it's a reflection of me, but it also transports me to another realm. Singing, I put down there. I don't sing. Please do not ask me to sing. I just like to sing for fun in the shower. So hey, and pay attention to this date on the very bottom. It's gonna play a part in the next portion of this video, but yeah, definitely recommend keeping one of these because it's super uplifting and it keeps you on track if you ever take like a detour for a year or two, or in this case 5. But it's a really, really helpful tool. And throughout the book, there are entries from my first business, finances, to notes on a few books I've read. There are also a few entries on some rough days I've had, like really rough, and they weren't down there to help me, well, not help me, but they weren't written to bring me down, but more or less to help me and to correct any patterns that I may have noticed within myself. And I really enjoy reading them. Oh, in addition to my meditating notes, I love to meditate and notate anything out of the ordinary or anything that sticks out while I do. Now, change of scenery. I had to go over and keep Humpty company, of course. I mean, what? I mean, look at his little adorable quinoa fro, and now one missing eye. But anyways, he'll just be there as I continue with the book. If you don't already meditate, I would just highly recommend meditating, just for the sake of it calming you down. There are so many different forms of meditating. I feel like when people hear the word meditate, they think of crossed legs. They also probably might think of chakras, crystals, Hindu, Buddhist. I am not quite sure. But meditating comes in so many forms and purposes. So many forms, and it all serves as one purpose. It's to get you to that higher state, that state that you desire, that calmer state, or in tune state. If you need help meditating, I do have a guided meditation video. It should be in the playlist or the recently uploaded. Definitely check it out. But anywho, in the book, I have my notes on my meditation. Now, I am not recommending that you write down or take notes for your meditation sessions. Just for me, it helps a lot. It helps me make sense of it. I feel like my thoughts are very much so riddles. That goes for everything: dreams, zoning out, meditation. So I write it down and I try to make sense of it. And I feel it helps me. For me, it forms this colander or a filter of some sort. It helps me get to the essence of what I'm truly trying to think about or what I'm truly trying to get out of it. So I find it very helpful. I also have notes on books that I have read. The Lightworkers Source is a really, really good book. If you haven't already, Lightworkers are those that aim to do good in the community and to do good in the world in hopes that that good in turn will trickle and cause a chain reaction to ultimately lighten the aura, lighten the energy, the auric fields, the vibrations of the world. Now, I had to stand up just for a second during this because my knees were like, hello, are we still squatting? But anyway, light workers do not have an age, race, religion, or gender. They are simply those that are amongst others that are in this world that are trying to spread light, trying to lighten this auric field and help others. So if you feel as if you may be a light worker or you're just interested in the concept, great read. I also took notes on the Empath Experience, which is a wonderful book to read if you feel as if you are an empath. An empath is somebody who feels as if they absorb energies of other people or can feel what others are feeling before they tell them. Anywho, second break, I was like, you know what? Maybe we need to go back to the bush. Now, if you're looking to journal, I'm not telling you to get a journal simply for taking notes down for good reads. No, I just know that it works best for me. So find what works best for you and what calls you in a sense, because no matter what page I open in my journal, I am motivated, I am inspired, I am uplifted regardless. So find that bit of inspiration and use that as means to write. I even write about life experiences, like the time I took a trip to Casadega. It is a city in Florida. If you guys don't know, it is deemed as one of the most spiritual cities, but I would recommend going if you are a person that is interested in the metaphysics or in the paranormal, more or less. It is a wonderful place full of wonderful people. Now, this last tab that I have in my book is a neon pink tab, as you can see, the brightest one, and for me the most important because it is a ticket to the dream realm, like I like to call it. It is all my dreams that I have had that I can recall when I have the time to write them down. The only thing I would recommend if you are simultaneously a writer and a dreamer like me, get a bigger book. Like, I'm almost out of space and I need to get a bigger book, so I would recommend that indefinitely. Back to the very first log of the book that ties it into one of the very last logs, which was in 2020. So you can see the time difference here, 2020 to 2022. I know it's been 2 years. Now, I have been logging in to the book. I just haven't been logging in referring to myself and giving myself words of wisdom, reflection, or anything of the sort. I like to give myself some time in between to achieve these goals and some time in between to get to where I'm going, so I'm not as hard on myself. So by the time I open it up, I'm like, whoa. And that's exactly what happened here. So let's get to reading. 6 months after my very first entry in that first part of the book, I wrote this. Well, it's been about half a year since I wrote in you, and I must say, your optimism came a long way. Manager, support that is, and a new man, friends. Like, keep aiming for those stars, hun. You know it only starts from right here. I expect you to be well on your way to salaried member of management. You sometimes need to take yourself out of a situation to truly see the blessings that you have. So take a step back and look at your blessings. Unquote. Again, I don't remember saying quote, but you get the picture. So that was 2015. 2020 yielded exactly what my heart wanted. And I really want to quote it word for word, but I know this video is already long enough. It did start off by saying, quote, you did it, exactly what you wanted, unquote. But everything else on the list that I had required or wanted from myself came to pass. And that is the part that just amazes me. Me writing it down almost solidifies it. And I feel like that's why a lot of people write, because it's a reassurance. It's a form of reflection. It is a form of stress relief, understanding. It can almost be like your notebook is who you confide most in everything into. Videos like these make me so happy because not only was I able to create content that the world can enjoy and hopefully get something from, but I was able to get something from it as well. The stroll that I took brought light to a local neighborhood garden bed that I didn't even know existed until after the snowstorm. It is lovely. It has cilantro and broccoli, and I see some trellises for vining fruits or vegetables. So I am super excited to get planting because I have a lot of seeds, and I look forward to giving back to the community. And for those who don't know, I absolutely love gardening. It is so therapeutic. Garden beds like these are absolutely amazing for those in the neighborhood that are just local cooks or chefs, or homeless that can't afford to eat on their own. So yeah, I am so excited. So that pretty much sums up the video, you guys. I really hope that you took something from it. It inspired you to write if you don't write, or it gave you some ideas if you do. Or you just simply enjoyed watching. Regardless, I am so happy that you clicked on. If you have watched it this far and you are not already subscribed, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe. Tickle the bell icon for notifications, and just share the video if you know anyone that you may think might get something from this. Let me know in the comment box down below if you enjoyed it or if you have any topics you'd like for me to talk about. I post the first Saturday of each month, so I definitely look forward to seeing you all then. And until that moment, don't forget that you are the best version of yourself. No one else can be you, even if they tried. And if no one else appreciates you, I do. Take care.